they were talking about the ETFs. And in talking about the ETFs, they talked about the stock market in the 1980s. And there were 8,000 publicly listed companies in the 1980s. Today, there are only 4,000 publicly listed companies. And there's another 4,000 ETFs. So the number of, options to buy on the stock market is very similar, but your exposure to these companies is significantly less. And part of the reasoning for that is there's so much money in private markets. Used to, the only way that you could really get $100 million worth of investment into your corporation was by going public. Now that's not the case. You can raise $100 million, I don't want to say pretty easily, but far more easily than you used to be able to, because there's just a lot more capital out there. There's so much money sloshing around from M2 money supply being increased as much as it has been. There's a lot more liquidity. And people are willing to take those risks here in the U.S., which is very different than other capital markets globally. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Canada. Highly recommend if you haven't ever been to Canada. We went to Collision. It was probably 2 years ago that we attended Collision. Yeah, it was, because it was right before my hair transplant. And so while we were there, it was 40,000 people at that conference. And we talked to so many early stage companies that were like begging for capital there in Canada. And people are just super conservative in Canada. They invest in real estate, they invest in raw minerals, in the stock market. They are very conservative in comparison to those here in the U.S. that are willing to take a role on an early stage company. And I think that's why you've seen such innovative companies be able to grow substantially here in the U.S. versus other parts of the world is, one, capital is significantly more available, but two, our private markets are much more liquid and people are willing to deploy capital into these companies early, whereas the rest of the world is very hesitant still to do so.